Our next guest is an MMA veteran who's made a name for himself as one of the most dangerous light heavyweights in the world. Bringing intensity to the cage, he has won most of his fights via knockout, winning the knockout of the night and the fight of the night bonuses in the UFC. He now returns to fight Matt Hamill at World Series of Fighting 19 on the 28th of March as a semi-final in a tournament to determine the new World Series of Fighting light heavyweight champion. Thiago Silva, welcome to Submission Radio.
Hey, how are you?
Doing really good, really good, Thiago. It's great to have you on the show. What about yourself? How are you going?
I'm doing good, man. I've been training hard, getting ready for this fight. So, so far everything is doing so very well.
Well, we're all excited to see you back in the cage. It's going to be a great moment. Before we break down the matchup between you and Matt Hamill, many fans may not know that you grew up in some pretty dangerous area in Brazil. For those who don't know, how difficult was it growing up in Brazil, and what drove you to take up MMA?
To be honest, in Brazil, it's a different life, it's way different than the U.S. or other countries, It's really tough, actually, when you don't have much money. But, I think at some point that helped me, a little bit, to get more motivation, and go after my things, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I can't say that helped a little bit,
Yeah, absolutely. Thiago, kids are often motivated from the influences of their idols. Who are some of the guys that you'd watch in MMA that inspired you to get into the sport?
I love Vanderlei Silva. I watched him since I was a kid. I think he was my favorite fighter. He's still my favorite fighter. I like his style. He's aggressive. He's a good striker. I like to stand up. So I think Vanderlei, was the guy who gave a lot of the biggest motivation, to fight,
Yeah, and we've seen some of your older fights in Brazil, and there's definitely a lot of Vanderlei. We see a lot of Vanderlei Silva in you. When you first took up MMA, did you ever think that you'd be such a big star on the sport, and was the world title always your main goal?
To be honest, I don't. It's like always you want to be something. You wanna be like successful. But like I'll do my best. When I go to fight, I fight hard. I try to do my best always, and I don't like to lose.
Yeah, absolutely, Thiago. Now, you've been out of action for about a year and a half. How's training camp been so far for your big return, and how are you feeling?
I feel great. I just had a knee surgery 7 months ago. I've been doing a lot of therapy, a physical therapy, a lot of training, conditioning and strength, to get the muscles to get strong again. So yeah, I've been training hard. Like I said, I try to push hard as much as I can. I like to improve myself always. That's what I do.
Yeah, and Thiago, we know that in the past you've had some issues with your back that limited some of your wrestling. How's the back feeling now?
The back is great. I had a lot of treatments and a lot of physical therapists. I had a physical therapist who helping me, to recover the back. Thanks God, the back's really good right now. So yeah, I'm 100% healthy.
Well, that's great to hear. And with such a long layoff, tell us, what are some of the new skills that you've been working on, with your coach Henri Hooft and the Blackzilians over there?
The Blackzilians, it's excellent. It's an excellent gym. We have really good fighters, a lot of different fighters, different styles, and good coaches. So I think I made the right decision to move it to Blackzilians, and we train hard every day. We push hard each other. So yeah, I'm sharper. I'm ready to fight anytime, anywhere, with anyone.
Absolutely. And, with Blackzilians, that's your home, basically. And it's also home to some of the sport's greatest fighters. You've got guys like Rashad Evans, Vitor Belfort, Matt Mitrione, Eddie Alvarez, Anthony Johnson, Tyrone Spong, and, of course, Henri Hooft. I'm just curious. You and Rashad obviously fought at, I believe it was UFC 108. What's it like being training partners these days?
Yeah, for sure. It's we fought 5 years ago. That was part of the business, but right now we are good friends. We help each other. We train hard, So I like Rashad. He's a very good guy, So yeah, it's really good to have good guys around,
I was very interested when you mentioned that you switched camps. You know, there's a new season of The Ultimate Fighter that was recently announced. It's going to be two of the best Coconut Creek MMA camps in America top team and the Blackzilians versing each other. You obviously trained both. For those who don't know the history, what's the rivalry between the two camps?
It's a little complicated, because the peoples, who started the Blackzilians was the people they don't get along with American top team because of the coaches, like a personal problems, missing trainings, something like that. But yeah, we are rivals for sure. We don't like American top team at all. So I think that people they're gonna get surprised when they watch the show. They're gonna really get surprised.
Well, it's an interesting concept, and obviously, whoever is the not winning team, but the team in the lead and has control, they'll be fighting at their own gym. Who are some of the guys from the Blackzilians that people may not know about, but should be looking out for on the show?
Yeah, we have a tough guys, like a Buscapé, Jason Jackson, Nakahara. We have a good fighters. They don't have a big name yet. But they're really tough, and like I said, people they're gonna love when they watch the show. They're gonna have a lot of fun watching.
Now, speaking of heated rivalries, Thiago, a couple of years ago, you and Bigfoot Silva shared some words and even wanted to fight each other. Just wondering, is this a fight that you still want and would be interested in?
I fight for money. I have nothing against Bigfoot. So he likes to talk. He's a big talker. He likes to talk, but I fight for money. I fight for fun too. If he wants to fight me in the future, he's more than welcome. I don't care. I fight anyone. I don't care. And to be honest, I don't care.
Well, we like the attitude. Thiago, let's talk about your matchup. You and Matt Hamill are obviously fighting each other, World Series of Fighting 19, March 28th. So that's basically next weekend. You guys are in the light heavyweight tournament semi-final. The funny thing is, of course, that your last fight was against Matt Hamill, and his last fight was obviously the very same one in the UFC. What did you think, when you found out that you'd be fighting Matt again?
To be honest, I'm very excited because right now I'm gonna have the opportunity to finish my job. I couldn't knock him out on the last fight, and but this time I will knock him out for sure. I've been training so hard. I'm really focused on my training, on my camp. And I'm proving myself really, really hard. So this time I'm gonna just finish the job.
Well, it's going to be very exciting to watch. And without a shadow of a doubt, Matt has achieved a lot in MMA. He's a tough challenge. What do you feel like will be your advantages over him in this rematch?
I'm stronger than him. I'm better than him. I have a better strike. I have a better ground game. And I'm tough. So I'm going to move forward like I always do.
And the other thing about Matt is I believe he's retired twice before, and now he's coming out of retirement, to face a guy that he's already lost to. What are your thoughts about that and about Matt retiring twice and coming back?
It's really hard to talk about that because we never know exactly what happened, But the real thing is, if it hits back, means he wants to fight. So let's see what's going to happen. It's really just to talk about people, I don't really like to talk about people or their decisions,
Sure.
So I just see the facts, If he's back, that means he wants to fight. So let's do it. Let's see what's going to happen.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the prize that you're fighting for. You were close to fighting for the title in the UFC on a number of occasions. How excited are you to have a shot at being the World Series of Fighting light heavyweight champion? And what would it mean to you if you won the title?
That's a really, really good opportunity. It's a great opportunity. I'm so happy for this, So I won the title for sure. I'm gonna fight hard. I'm gonna get the title. The title's gonna be mine. And I have plans, for this show, for this tournament, and I'm going after the title. Nobody's going to stop me.
I know that obviously your time with World Series of Fighting, it's pretty fresh. You're yet to make your debut. What are your thoughts on being with the company so far compared to the UFC, and are you enjoying your experience with World Series of Fighting?
I think your tours, they're very professional. They have a really good organization. UFC, they are the number one, but World Series is still good. They're still very professional. They work hard. They pay good their fighters. They treat them good. So it's important. That's the most important to me.
Absolutely. Now, we have a couple of fan questions that we want to ask you, Thiago. We let the fans know you're coming on the show, and you've got a lot of fans around the world, so we chose a couple of questions. The first one comes from a username, the MMA Professor. He'd like to know, Thiago, you fought some of the best light heavyweights in the world. If you could have one rematch, who would it be with and why?
I want Lyoto Machida.
Oh, wow.
That was the only guy who knocked me out, and that is really hard to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanna, if I wanna have a rematch, he probably is the first one. I wanna pay back. Like I said, I hate losing. The first time he was my first defeat, and when I lost to him, I didn't sleep for like 2 months.
Wow.
It was like really bad to me. I hate lose, man. So yeah, I want him.
We're like that when we play Xbox, so we understand you. Not in the sense of a fighter, we understand where you're coming from. Another fan question, Cherry King. His question is, Thiago, the UFC released you and then re-signed you and then released you. Do you have any bad feelings towards the company for doing that? Or would you be open to returning one day, possibly?
Not at all. It's a part of the business. They made the decision they thought was the right decision to do it. So, just move on. I just move on. Like I said, I'm gonna do my best and show my work and fight hard as always I do.
Yeah, well, we're very excited to see it. Now, Thiago, this is the part of the interview where we do a thing called the Submission Radio Tap Out Round. It's a really fun game where we give you some fun questions and you answer with the first thing that comes to your mind, sort of like word association. Are you ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, give us your go-to move when you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and you're rolling with somebody. What's one move that you love to go to?
Half guard.
Really? So no submissions, you just love to go from the half guard?
Yes, I like half guard and yeah.
Hey, some of the greatest guys like to work from half guard. Thiago, what was your strangest fan interaction thus far in your career?
I don't know. That's really weird. That's a question. I really don't know.
Well, we once spoke to Bob Sapp from Pride, and he said that a naked woman jumped on his taxi once in Japan. So we hear some weird ones. Now, do you have any superstitions that you can share with us before a fight? What's something that you do, like a superstition that you might do before a fight?
To be honest, I have none. I don't believe that. And when I go to fight, I don't believe in nothing. I believe in myself. That's it.
Thiago, when you're cutting weight, what's the most difficult food to stay away from?
Food is carbohydrate, like a pasta. I love pasta, man.
Oh yeah, it must be tough sometimes when you're watching ads and it pops on TV. Give us.
I hate salad, man.
Yeah, salads suck.
You don't make friends with salad. Now, Thiago, it's always difficult. We get guys on the tap out round and we ask them this question and it's difficult for them. So we'll let you choose a couple. Give us a couple of your favorite movies. What are a couple of movies that stand out to you as the best movies for you?
The movies? Scarface. I like war movies, The Sniper, the one, they just made it. American Sniper, that was a really, really good movie,
Mm-hmm.
I like 300, I like Warriors,
Yeah. Now, Thiago, you train with some of the greatest fighters, and a lot of them seem like good guys. We've had some of them on the show. Who is the biggest practical joker in your team?
Joker? I don't know. Rashad?
If I had to guess, I would have said Rashad as well. Has he ever played any practical jokes on you?
Not with me, but he plays with a lot of guys,
Yeah, we had Henri Hooft on the
He's
show.
funny, you know. He's funny.
Yeah, we had Henri Hooft on the show a few weeks back, and I believe he said that Rashad's got a great sense of humor. It'd be great to see what it's like. Now, Thiago, I want you to finish this sentence for us, okay? Finish the sentence. People don't know that I...
But they know what I do.
Okay.
All right, Thiago, here's an interesting one. We like getting the different answers from all our guests. You're on an island and you can only bring 3 things. What do you bring?
Wow, man, that's crazy. 3 things in the island?
Yep.
I don't know, man. Food, Xbox, and my girl.
But what are you going to plug the Xbox in? You're on an island. You need like an adapter or something.
I love video games. Actually, I'm here for TV playing Grand Theft Auto. I like Gears of War too, you know. Like, I love video games, you know. When I'm not fighting, when I'm not training, I'm home chilling, playing video game, you know. I like to stay home, like play video games. It's nice. It's fun.
I actually heard in the background at the start of the interview, I heard the little sound for the Xbox turning on. What games do you play? What do you like, Thiago?
I like Grand Theft Auto. I like Gears of War, you know, like, yeah. I'll play a little bit UFC too, but I like war games, you know, shooting games.
Yeah, the UFC game must be frustrating when you play as yourself sometimes and the computer beats you and then you get angry at the computer and you want to beat him back.
Well, I like the UFC game, but I think the ground game is too unfair, you know. It's like really hard to play, so that's bullshit for me, you know. The game is awesome, but the ground game is bullshit, you know. They should work on it and make something better because it's too unfair, you know.
Yeah, it's like you lose to a guy and then you go, hey, that's bullshit. I actually beat this guy in real life and I can't beat him in this video game. It's ridiculous. Now, yeah, now give us, you know, you're a knockout artist. I introduced you as a guy that has won most of his fights by KO. What's your favorite knockout that you've ever done?
Against Feijão, Rafael.
Yeah.
On a UFC, yeah, I think it was that one was a nice one against Feijão.
Well, Thiago, you pretty much said what you wanted to do to Matt Hamill, but give us the official prediction. How are you beating Matt Hamill at World Series of Fighting 19?
I'm gonna rush him so hard. I'm gonna punch him and kick him so hard, and he's gonna fail. He's gonna fail. That's gonna happen.
Well, you know what? I can't wait to see it. Guys, you can follow Thiago on Twitter at Thiago Silva _MMA and watch him take on Matt Hamill at World Series of Fighting 19, March 28th. A new light heavyweight champion will be crowned, and we're talking to one of the guys who may be the new champion. Thiago, it's been an absolute pleasure, and best of luck in your fight against Matt Hamill.
That was my pleasure. You guys are more than welcome to reach me up when you guys want.